malaria medicine. And what I've gone through from giving birth to these children, I had a lot of things which even women of my type, they will come and peep and say, Madam, is this a baby? Hey, this one is not baby. Oh, is it a rat? I said, don't worry, it's a baby. I want them, as my children have survived, it's even a lesson for others. Because many lost their own out of shame or anything. But once somebody speaks like that, I will pick courage and say, these babies, they are human beings and they must survive. Based along the line, one of the babies, the male, had jaundice. And this kind of jaundice was chronic. I was just sleeping in midnight, they called me, and Mrs. Ibrahim, your baby halfway has changed color, and the other halfway normal color, which they said they needed blood urgently. I said, take from me. They said, no, I have to call somebody to donate. It was not easy for somebody to just come and donate to our son. We say, no, madam, this. But I thank God. God used good Nigerians to donate blood for them. And another thing is the monetary, the finance. Because I delivered them in Gwagwalada. And every day they keep taking blood for tests, And when the blood is going, you have to talk. When the blood goes down, we talk. And I was doing it alone with my husband. Not until when my husband said he's leaving me. I said, don't worry, leave me. But my God will help me and these children will survive. So I kept praying for him, even if he he refused coming for some time. Later, along the line, he lost his job. I said, God, you will still prove yourself. I will become a beggar. In Gwagwalada, they know me. If I'm hungry, I say, okay, please, my children are in incubator. And look at the condition. And anybody I talk to, we just put hand and give me money. Sometimes I will not really eat. I will use it to run tests for my children. I can stay throughout the day not eating. But I can use that money to run tests for them. Because I want these children to really survive and to be examples to others. Many lost their own because it was not easy. Sometimes they will request for money, and if you don't have that money, your child will go. But I summon courage. I say they must make it. So what am I saying in essence? Oh God, not until when I discovered the little big souls, I told them everything, that my husband though is about leaving me. Look at what I'm doing. And this child I'm carrying developed anemia. He had anemia again. Hey, I said, God, what do I do? I went to them. They said, through their publicity, I got to know about them. I told them my problem, and since then, they have gone behind me. Even this kangaroo mother care, I can demonstrate it. I got to know about it because when my children were in incubator, they were not gaining weight. So they removed them. I became mother of two. I will put one here, put one here. I will tie the kangaroo cloth. I have it throughout. And when I was doing it, my children started gaining weight. They stayed for 2 months in incubator and there was no improvement. They were still 1 kg, 1.15. But when I was doing the kangaroo, I devoted time for my children. I prayed for them. I said, God, I will not sleep until you show me your blessing. And even in midnight, I can carry this kangaroo mother care and sleep. If I'm washing their clothes, they will be here. And they were gaining weight from 1 kg to 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, just like that. I really did the job up till now. I'm still having the feeling. I cannot stay like this without having back pain. But I know that my God will see me through. So my problem right right now is the idea that this child has. And I want every one of you to pray for me to get out of it. That is all. I thank every one of you for helping us.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. I appreciate this opportunity of speaking again in this place because 2009 when they started, it was just a few people, and as the years is going by, the people are increasing. The partners I'm seeing today are more than the people I saw the previous years. Actually, my own experience was that I had a pre-eclampsia and I had protein in my urine. So in that case, and I was 5 months, 3 weeks, I was at 25 weeks pregnant. So the hospital managed, it was actually National Hospital, they managed me to the first 1 week. When I got to the 26th week, they discovered that the PP is increasing and I was almost going. So they said, okay, the only thing is that the baby is very small in the womb. When they did the scan, shows that the baby cannot make it according to them. So when they said I should sign a form that they are going to flush the baby, I now called the doctor, please, can you just grant me one request? He said, what is that? I said, why don't you operate me, bring out this baby. If he survives, good and fine. If he doesn't survive, I'm ready to lose the baby because that's my first baby. So they gave me that request and I signed for it. And they said that for me refusing against medical advice, that I'm going to sign LAMA. So somebody encouraged me that it's not really against medical advice that I should go ahead. Then after that, when they operated and brought out the baby, I was not very strong. I was very, very down. So I could not see my baby for the first 1 to get into 2 weeks. So before I could go down to bring out the breast milk, the baby couldn't take it. It was like the baby wants to go back again. They started saying, leave the baby. So they start with what we call prenan. It was difficult to get it. We have to sometimes send for prenan from Lagos, Kaduna. Sometimes you go around Abuja before you can get it. It was actually a difficult thing. And what I appreciate in this gathering is because it's going to create awareness with the families, because that thing gave my boy a name that they call that my boy. Even up till now, when they call, or some of my brother-in-laws or my brothers, when they call, they will say, how is small rat? You understand? Because he was actually small. His birth weight was 630 grams. So for him to survive, it was just a grace of God. Because after the surgery, when I went to incubator to see the baby, I was like, honestly, I regret why accepting offering them to operate the baby, because I saw it as if he's not going to survive. But I had the courage when I got to him. They said, speak to your baby. I said, this baby, I'm going to back you one day. This baby, you will fetch water for me one day. And that thing is actually happening now. Because that baby, when he came out with a lot of complications. That time when I saw him, I didn't see nose. I did not see his ears. He was not properly formed. So, but there was a hole that shows that this is where the nose is going to come out, and this. The nurse told me that that is the nose. So all those things, the nose and the ear formed at the incubator. So during that time, the family were really feeling that we want you to survive. Forget about this baby. As long as this baby is concerned, we don't think that this baby will make it. So we are after your life. So as they are thinking of my life, me, I'm thinking of, it's only me that was thinking of the baby. Until a nurse told me that somebody came here and said that her name is Nonye from Little Big So that he wants to see you. So when she came, she was telling me, and I tried to tell her that they say that this is an abomination to have a child like this, and this child is not going to make it. She said it's not true. So she was telling me that it's not only me that has a premature baby, because actually in the incubator there, we have many mothers there. But what I noticed that every morning, if you go to the roster, you will see 9 babies. In the evening, you will see 3 babies. So every time you are going to see your baby, you are afraid, is my own in the list of the 3 remaining, or my own among the mothers. I will be in the mother's room, they will just come and call mother this, mother that, mother this. Please, the doctors want to see you. So sometimes if they didn't call me, I would say, they just want to encourage them to encourage me because my baby is gone. I will discover they are all going. They will just come and pack their things and leave. I will remain there until when she was encouraging me and telling me that this baby can actually make it. That was when I had the courage. Even when they said, go and buy that prenan. Sometimes I will have the money, I will say, I don't have it. so that I'm just waiting the day they will tell me to go, because everybody around me have told me that this baby won't make it. But when she came around and told me that this baby is going to make it, that this baby can actually survive with our support, that was when we now pick up. But actually my husband had to leave because he said that in their lineage there's nothing like a premature relative. So it could be that I have done something that made this child to come as a premature baby. So based on that, I was seeing Little Big Soul as my line mic and as my bench where I can rely on. So I will always call them at any minute, every time, even when the doctor said that the baby has a hole in the heart. When they say that the baby has a hole in the heart, they look for referral to go and solicit for money so that we can take the boy to India. But when he came back 2 weeks later, because we didn't see referral letter, when we came back 2 weeks later, they said that it's like this hole is closing, because I was actually fasting every day because I was not breastfeeding. I was using that opportunity 6 to 12 every day for that baby. So at last they said that the hole has closed, and actually it's closed, and they didn't go for that surgery again. The only thing I noticed on that child is that he's 5 years by January. He will be 5 by January this year. He can, even that they told me he can't talk, he can talk now. He says all things. He reads 1, 2, 3 and ABCD. And when you see him moving around with his mate, you will not know that he is not. I remember, because the place we are staying in Lugbe, this boy, if you bring out a 5 years boy and bring out him, he's bigger than the children. He looks actually bigger than his mates, and he's really doing well. The only thing is that in terms of feeding, he doesn't feed well. No matter what you bring, it's only cereals that he takes. He doesn't take any solid food. But I know that with time, that all those ones are going to, he's going to outgrow it. So actually, if Little Big Soul can be encouraged the way, if they can move around with other people to encourage other mothers, the way I was encouraged, because if not for them, I see it that that child can't make it. So if not for them being by my side, and whenever I see any challenge, instead of calling doctors, I will call them, say, look at what I'm seeing. They will always have one doctor to intervene in that my case. And honestly, there's a lot of good news about the child. Thank you very much.
I want to say to Nigerians here that increasingly, babies that are born too soon, in other words, that are premature, are having higher rates of survival, because we have a lot of interventions that will assist them to survive. I want to say here that when any mother has a baby that is premature, or before you have a baby, make sure that you go to the health facility for at least 4 antenatal visits. Make sure you deliver in the facility. But if you're unable to get to the facility and you happen to deliver at home, please ensure that as much as possible you transfer yourself and the baby to the health facility. And in doing so, put the premature baby in the kangaroo position, skin to skin, very close to your heart, wrapped up there, making sure that the baby is warm. That gives a higher chance of the baby surviving. And the mother also needs to be at the facility to be checked. I want to say to Nigerians that we should allow babies, preterm babies, to survive. And there's a lot that we can do. Concerning your question, I see you're looking at me again. It's about kangaroo mother care. The word is mother care, but fathers can also do so. And where the fathers disappear, because we see that the two mothers say that fathers just leave them. Where the fathers disappear, the grandmothers can do it too. Indeed, any other person from the family can do kangaroo mother care. In fact, it has been known that surrogate mothers can also breastfeed. I want to say the key word here is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is key to the survival of preterm babies. It is not about any other infant formula. It is breast milk. If the baby is put to breast as and when due, the baby will get the advantages of being breastfed. And the breast milk, remember one of the mothers said that when the babies were brought out of the incubator and placed on kangaroo position, they thrived better. Their weights increased. This is because she was breastfeeding as she was putting them on kangaroo position. Breastfeeding is very key. And if we are unfortunate to lose the mother, any other mother that is surrogate, you can prime a woman who has breastfed in her life to begin to produce milk again. They can breastfeed the baby and put the baby in the kangaroo position. And fathers, I want to encourage you, do not run away when